back to me. I don't want to be the only guy. All righty, we set? Okay, good. Okay, guys. So what I want to do is go over some of the rhythms we did this week, and some that are especially helpful for your students, and some for your own enjoyment as well. But one of the first ones we started with was the whole family of rhythms that we called fricoba. And the very first one we did with that was one of the easiest of all. And this was one that you can give your students, your young students, right off the bat. And you can give them the name of it, which is a beautiful sounding word, Nyabinghe. Nyabinghe, they can have fun saying that. And it's a heartbeat rhythm. So the simplest of all, the great thing to start with, you can start a piece with it. As we began to develop our Nigerian piece, we began with this heartbeat. So the Nyabinghe is simply a heartbeat rhythm. You can do it at any tempo, but all it is it's your goon stroke. And mind you, your goon stroke is the one that's in the middle, yeah, and it's with your strong hand, so goon, right? And the same, and its counterpart with your weak hand is the doon stroke. So you have goon and doon, goon, doon, right? Goon, doon. All right. So goon. So Nyabinghe, the Nyabinghe rhythm, is goon doon. Yeah. So let's all try that. Goon doon. 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4. You could do it with one hand. You could do it with one stroke if you want. Goon goon. Ready? And little kids like that. 2, 3, and. As well as big kids, right? Nyabinghe, all right? And this also gets students familiar with the bass tone of the drum, and that's what's so important, is to be able to get the drum to sing out of its own. Remember, you don't want a student to be playing that drum like this. Look how thin. I mean, obviously you know that, but they might not know that. And like I said at the beginning of the week, you're going to have Vladimir or whoever is going to say, this is how I play it. This is how I play the drum. You know, like some weird way, you know, this is my way. And you gotta get some basics going. All right, so make sure they've got the drum in their lap and tilted away from them. All right, so you've got your goon. All right, so now we'll go further, and the first part of the Nigerian rhythm, we called it Nigerian 1, and that went like goon goon or goon doon, whichever. Goon 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 doon. Godo, godo, right? And godo, godo, the go and the do, remember, your thumbs are out of the way. Join me. Right, so those are the godo strokes, yeah? And then your pa and ta strokes are the stronger, slappy tones, right? And merely pull your fingers in further, keep them raised, so that physics brings your hands down and your fingertips are of their own volition by the force of your hand striking. It doesn't have to be, you know, a hugely forceful strike. It's just, even a light stroke will do it. You get that snapping sound. Really, it's like with one finger, 2 fingers sometimes. Also muffle that and get a nice little pop. We discussed this, and this is a more unorthodox stroke, is by putting a little cupped hand in the middle of the drum, and that gets more into the Afro-Cuban thing, which we'll talk about in a minute, right? But the pa stroke, is like that. So if anyone is feeling strong with their hands and wants to give that a try, let's give it a try right now. Ready? And if we do it willy-nilly, that's fine. Doesn't have to be in time. Just experiment with it. There you go. It's tough. It's not an easy stroke, and it's tough on the hands at first. But same thing. Its counterpart is ta with a weak hand. So pata, right? Everybody, pata. This is kind of a low drum, like a drum like this. Listen to Mel do it. I mean, it's just, she doesn't have to work hard at all for that. And when the drum is right and in pitch, you don't have to kill yourself. So again, Mel. Again. Yeah, that's the drum. Right, pata. So what if we do pata, 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 godo, 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 gundun, gundun, gundun. Let's just try that as an exercise. 2, 3, and. Now you can start there and go go out there where you were. So you start in the basses, over to the goes, and up to the pas and tas. Ready? 2, 3, and. Again, 2, 3, and. Back to the Nigerian one. So we're going to do it as goon goon, goon goon, godo godo, goon goon, pata. Let me say that better. Goon goon, godo godo, goon goon, pata. And this is what we did on Monday. 1, 2, ready, and. Articulate it like this if you wish. And what I'm doing there is I'm doing goon doon godo godo, right? And so it's a slightly different articulation. So 1, 2, ready, that. So that's a beauty. You can do it at all different speeds, and you'll get one student who's going to want to race, go off to the races, and it doesn't sound great when it's fast like that. So I mean, really super fast. So you want to keep it kind of. It's an in the pocket rhythm. You know, it's a fat rhythm. All right. So that was Nigerian one. Anyone remember the second one? But this is way back 100 years ago. That's it. And that would be what? What would that be in the Yoruban consonants? Perfect. Gundun godo, gundun godo, gundun godo. It's a hard rhythm. It's very hard to play this right. So maybe if you would play it on that beautiful drum, and then I will play the first rhythm, just so you hear what they're like together, and then I'll show it to you. So 1, 2, ready, and. Elegant. That's just so beautiful little thing, and that alone is an eye opener for kids. That you can have this 2-part full rhythm. So what are we doing there? We're doing goon doon godo, goon doon godo, 16th notes. 1 E and but have them say it. Goon doon godo, goon doon godo. So let's try that. 1, 2, ready, and. Here, this gets us into an important rhythm called kidi, and that's the last 2 parts of gundun godo. Well, take away the gundun and you have the godo. Think gundun though. Gundun, 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 right? And this is that upstroke rhythm, and Colleen was saying yesterday that so many rhythms are based on the movements of nature and animals, and this was explained to me by Royal Hartigan, actually, as the running of an animal, shoulder blades. And you can picture it. Kidi, 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 kidi. Next time your cat runs across the lawn, look at his shoulder blades, and you'll see kidi, right? So kidi, you can even call it kidi. Kitty, kidi, anyway. So kidi, right? So let's just try everyone playing kidi for a second by thinking of gundun. Think gundun, play kidi. 1, 2, ready, and.